His name was George Floyd. He was murdered by the police. A cop knelt on his neck until he died. So where were the good cops? There were people filming this. There were multiple cars there. So where were the good cops? Where was the cop's partner that let this happen? The cop that killed him, he'd had violence charges filed against him in the past. He'd had a record of being aggressive with civilians, with suspects. So where are all the cops that knew about this guy? They didn't report him. Nobody rolled on this dude. Nobody said that, this guy's violent. He doesn't like black people. We should get him off the force. We keep getting told that when these things happen, it's just a few bad cops. All right, then that means that the majority of cops are good. So why the fuck aren't they doing anything? Why are they tolerating this? Why do they put up with it? Why is it just standard operating procedure to allow these cops to continue to harass and oppress and physically harm and kill brown and black people? Why is that okay? Why are the good cops doing nothing? Because if you ask me, if a whole lot of cops sit around and do nothing, and yet the public says they're good cops, I'm starting to think they aren't good cops. I remembered of a quote said, if a Nazi sits down at a table and 10 people sit down to talk with that Nazi, you've got a table with 11 Nazis. So if you've got a bad cop and all the cops know it's a bad cop and none of the good cops do anything, you don't have any good cops. You've got nothing but bad cops who let their fellow officers just murder people and do nothing. When are we going to do something about this? And why am I talking about it? Because there are people out there that will listen because I'm a white guy. Because I'm the whitest white guy that ever walked out of White Town. And a few might listen to a white voice because they sure as shit aren't listening to the black ones. So we need to get rid of the bad cops and all the cops that support the bad cops. We need to change fundamentally the entire structure of policing in America. And all those out there that are bitching about the riots in the streets, there are no rights without riots. And since the vast majority of white America is doing shit all to help the black community, maybe that's why they're upset. Now they'll gas the protesters, all the while letting white guys with AR-15s storm a state capitol and they get to go home. So they'll just stand around and do nothing while a cop murders a black man on camera. Fuck the police.